What if I told you that a simple gesture after waking up could change your energy for the entire day? I'm not talking about a complicated technique or an esoteric exercise for beginners. I'm talking about something you already do, but don't know its true power. Imagine the water running over your face, the salt dissolving into your skin. And in that moment, something invisible is released. A tension, a burden, a shadow you didn't know you were carrying. As if you were cleansing more than just your face, as if you were cleansing your soul. Because that's exactly what you're doing. This seemingly mundane act was a sacred ritual in many ancient cultures. The sages of the desert, the mystics of Tibet, the healers of the Andes, they all knew that the face not only reveals what we are, but also absorbs what we are not. Dense energy, the gazes of others, words left unsaid, pain left unexpressed. All of this remains, and if it isn't purified, it builds up. Until one day you wake up tired, for no apparent reason, but you're not broken, you don't feel energetically unwell, you're simply charged, and there's a way to let it go. If you've ever felt like you're carrying other people's energies within you or waking up with a tired soul, it's no coincidence. Stay tuned, because today you'll discover a forgotten secret, a power that has always been within you and that awakens every time you consciously cleanse your face. Water and salt have always been not just physical elements, but sacred bridges between the visible and invisible worlds. Ancient people washed their faces not for hygienic reasons, but as a spiritual act of purification. Every drop of water was a carrier of energy, every grain of salt a crystal of memory that could release the invisible. In Egypt, priests and priestesses performed abduction rituals before entering temples. First the face, then the hands, then the feet, but first came the face, for it is there that the soul reveals itself. Salt was used in ceremonies to drive away impurity. It had the power to absorb the unbidden. Greed, fatigue, the evil eye, dark thoughts. In ancient India, yogis would wash their faces with salt water upon waking, not only to cleanse the body, but also to remove residue from the dream world. They knew that the soul travels during sleep and, upon its return, brings with it emotions, visions, and burdens that must be released. Before a ceremony, the shamans of the Americas would dry their faces with spring water and sea salt, repeating silent prayers as if saying to the universe, "Wipe my face so that the spirit can see itself without a mask." All of these cultures shared the same message. The face is a mirror of the soul, and if the mirror is dirty, it can't see the light. It wasn't a banal gesture, it was alchemy, water as the fluid of consciousness, salt as a guardian of vibrations, and at the same time as a key to unlocking the forgotten. Today, this act seems to have become routine, but when you return to your original goal, you realize that every morning can become a reunion with your essence. It may seem like an everyday gesture, but when the water consciously touches your face, something is activated. The body feels it. The soul recognizes it. The energy begins to move. When you wash with salt water, you not only wash away visible impurities, you also remove subtle layers of stagnant energy. Have you ever woken up with a nightmarish feeling on your face? As if your face were filled with sadness, tension, or fear that you can't explain. This isn't psychological. It's full of energy. Your face stores emotions. That's why you should expose your face first thing every morning. Water, a flowing element, transports emotions. As it flows over the skin, it carries away what no longer needs to stay. Salt, with its crystalline geometry, absorbs emotional memories. It's as if every grain of salt knows that the energy doesn't belong to you. But it goes even deeper. Your face contains reflex points for your entire energy body. In front is your inner vision. In the eyes, the reflection of the soul. In the hills, your emotional fire. Your suppressed truth lies in your mouth. When you rinse each part with water and salt, you are saying, "I awaken my senses, I free my expression, I return my face to its original light." And when you do this consciously, you not only cleanse your energy, but reprogram it. It's as if you're saying to the universe, "Today I return to myself. Today I don't take on anything that isn't mine. Today I start clean." It's a ritual, an intention, a way of protecting yourself before going out into the world. Because there are many masks out there, but you don't have to wear one. Perhaps you've gotten used to leaving the house while your face is still asleep. Facing the world without clearing your territory, without releasing emotions that aren't yours. And at first, it seems like nothing's happening. But then something happens, and you step out onto the street, and suddenly you feel everything affecting you more strongly. A gesture, a word, a dense energy. And without you even realizing it, your energy field is already contaminated. You're easily irritated. Fatigue overcomes you for no reason. You lose touch with your center and your everyday life. This is no coincidence. Your face is your spiritual antenna. It's the most exposed part of your body and also the one that absorbs the most. If you don't perform this little ritual, it's as if you're going out into the world without energetic armor. And little by little, you forget yourself. You fill yourself with external things, with things you didn't want to carry around with you. And the most dangerous thing about it is that your mind becomes confused. You no longer know whether what you feel belongs to yourself or to someone else. You lose clarity, you're filled with noise. Our ancestors already knew this. The face absorbs, but it also projects. And when it's dirty, heavy, or sleepy, it conveys chaos, even when it's seeking peace. It conveys confusion, even when it's praying for answers. That's why this gesture, this simple contact with water and salt, is more important than it seems. It's an energetic statement. I acknowledge myself, I protect myself, I liberate myself, and I don't. It means keeping the door open to whatever the day brings, even if you didn't choose it yourself. This isn't a physical act. It's an energetic practice, a gesture that changes your vibration from the first second of your day. It's not just about washing your face. It's about awakening your face as a sacred channel. To restore your light, your intuition, and your protective power, here's how to do it. 1. Choose a sacred moment. The first minute of the day. When you wake up, before you look at your phone, before you talk to anyone, before you experience the world, go to the bathroom. Look, breathe, and enjoy this moment. That shock. The moment your soul returns from the dream. 2. Prepare the water consciously. Don't just turn on the tap. Fill a small vase with lukewarm water and add a pinch of sea salt or Himalayan salt. Do this slowly and carefully. Salt is the crystal of the earth. It is an ancient memory. It is a protective seal. It's not an ingredient. It's a symbol. 3. Activate the water energy. Hold your hands over the vase and speak your clear intention aloud or internally. May this water purify everything that is not mine. May it awaken my light and bring me back to myself. May this salt protect me from everything I don't need to take in. Speak from your soul. The water listens. Water remembers. Water transforms. 4. Wash your face slowly in 3 conscious movements. First the forehead, the thought. Then the eyes, the vision. Finally, the rest of the face. Belt, mouth, stomach. Be careful. Don't wash. Consecrate yourself. Feel each drop dissolving tension, dream memories, and stagnant emotions. 5. Breathe deeply and look at your reflection. Not as a habit, not as a routine. See yourself in real life and repeat a power set. I am clean. I am present. I am conscious energy. This is your seal, your energetic signature before you start your day. Do this 7 days in a row, and you will see how your energy changes, how something dissolves, how something awakens. It's not magic. It means remembering what the soul already knew. Since time immemorial, the face has been considered much more than just a part of the body. It is the reflection of the soul, the mask of the mind, the point between the inner and the visible world. And what about water? Water is life. It is a portal. It is a revelation. All cultures that remembered the sacred knew this. Water not only cleanses the body, it also purifies the spirit. In ancient Egypt, priests washed their faces with Nile water at dawn, reciting powerful words to protect themselves from the energies of the underworld. The face was the place where the soul could be attacked or enlightened. In Vedic India, saints performed ablutions with salt water before every spiritual practice. They believed the salt water opened the nadis, the subtle channels of the energy body, tradition, purification rituals included washing the face and hands before prayer as a sign of humility and openness to the divine spirit. One did not approach God with a face contaminated by the worries of others. In the shamanic cultures of the Americas, spring water and rock salt were considered gifts from grandparents. Washing the face with these elements was an act of awakening inner vision. To see the world with the eyes of the soul, it was said, one must first free the eyes from the body. In Renaissance alchemy, it was believed that the face united the four elements: earth in the skin, water in the tears, air in the breath, and fire in the eyes. By washing the face with salt water, one could balance the elements and restore spiritual equilibrium. Do you understand that? This is nothing new. It's ancient. And the most revealing thing is that these cultures had no instruments, analyses, or laboratory tests, only intuitive knowledge. They knew that the body is a temple and the face is the main entrance. Therefore, washing your face consciously with water and salt from the earth upon waking is like opening an invisible door that many people aren't even aware of. It may seem like a simple gesture, but nothing is simple when done consciously. Washing your face with water and salt is not an act of hygiene, but an energetic, spiritual, and profound action. When connected with intention, water becomes a carrier of messages. Numerous studies have shown that water responds to human emotions. When you speak to it, it blesses, programs, and changes its molecular structure. And when this water comes into contact with your face, the body's most exposed energy center, a subtle reconfiguration takes place. Salt, in turn, has been considered a purifying crystal for centuries. It absorbs, transforms, and transmutes dense energies. It's one of the few elements that can neutralize the psychic charges we accumulate in everyday life. The face, constantly exposed to the outside world, absorbs emotions, glances, thoughts, judgments, and charges that don't originate from it. And applying salt water dissolves these. Energetically, this gesture activates at least three important centers. 1. The third eye, the middle eye. By cleansing this area, you open your inner vision. Your intuition becomes sharper, your thoughts clearer. 2. The throat, the home of truth. Salt water cleanses the area of expression. It helps you speak from the heart and let go of stuck words. 3. The energetic heart, the center of the chest, is reflected in the face. When you consciously touch it, you remember who it is. And you know what else happens? Your nervous system reacts. The freshness of the water stimulates the trigeminal nerve, which is responsible for calm and relaxation. Your auric field readjusts. It says, yes, this is what I want for myself. The other is over. And this conscious, energetic decision changes your vibration throughout the day. That's why it's not unusual to wash your face with water and salt after waking up. It's a ritual, a demonstration of power. It tells the universe, today I begin clean. Today I choose myself. Today I return to myself. Washing your face with water and salt is not just an act of hygiene. It's an energetic gesture that can change your vibration from the very first moment of the day. Intentionally charged water purifies and reprograms. Salt absorbs dense energies and releases negative charges that have accumulated during dreams or the previous day. The face is an energy entry point. Through your eyes, frown, and mouth, you absorb looks, thoughts, and emotions that are not your own. By applying salt water, you release this invisible charge and restore your original energy. This simple gesture affects the third eye, awakens your intuition, the throat, frees your expression and auric field, and restores your natural defenses. Furthermore, it relaxes your nervous system, calms your mind, and aligns your soul. It's a way of saying to the universe, today I begin pure. Today I belong to myself. Today I return to myself. Perhaps true power lies not in the extraordinary, but in the sacred, which resides in the simple. And washing your face with salt water in the morning can be that silent portal that leads you back to yourself. For you are not only cleansing your skin, but also your history, your emotions, your fears, your past. You let go of the faces that weren't yours. You look in the mirror and say, today I choose to return to my essence. Water, salt, presence. No more. Do this for 7 days. Do it intentionally. Make a pact with yourself. And then watch how everything around you subtly changes. Because when you change your vibration, you change your reality. Let me know in the comments. Are you familiar with this ritual? Will you try it? How did you feel while doing it? Your story could be the mirror someone else needs to remember their own power. If this message touched you, subscribe and activate the bell. Here we speak of what the world has forgotten, but what you are slowly remembering. We'll see you the next time you awaken. Your soul already senses it.